everyone, welcome back. I'm Lynette with the Laurel County Public Library, and today we're going to talk about carrots. Here's my opinion on carrots. I think they are an unsung hero in the kitchen. We don't eat them enough, or at least we don't at my house. But carrots are so nutritious. They're high in fiber, high in biotin, which all of us ladies want for our skin and hair and all that kind of thing. Good source of vitamin A, vitamin K, B6. So they're just like a powerhouse of good vitamins that we need. So if you've not included carrots in your diet lately, maybe you should try. So today we're going to look at a recipe. This is from Demarius Phillips, and some of you may have watched her cooking show on Food Network. She is a Kentucky girl, so I feel like, you know, she knows how we like to eat, and this is a recipe that I think you will enjoy. Now, carrots can be used in so many different ways. You know, we are used to putting them in our little fruit trays. That's always handy. Maybe they're your snack at work, eating them raw, but cooked they're really good as well. You can roast them in the oven. You can throw them on a grill. Of course, you can use them in soups and stews and those kinds of things also. So, for this recipe, I just needed 5 carrots. You can see here, they're just average size carrots. And I peeled mine. Some people don't. Some people will just wash their carrots real good and don't peel them, but I choose to peel them. So, I'm going to cut these where hopefully they're all about the same size. I'll tell y'all funny. Since Elena's not recording me today, Kevin is. So if the quality is not as good, we'll blame him. Elena does pretty good job, but she wasn't feeling it today, so he's helping me. But when Elena was about 5 years old, I think, took her to the doctor for her kindergarten checkup, and the doctor asked her what her favorite food was. Now she swears that she thought he said, "What's the favorite food that your mom will let you eat?" She said carrots. What was really funny was Corey was sitting there and he starts dying laughing, and he calls her out on it and says, "It is not," you know how kids are. So we always give Elena a hard time that she's trying to get brownie points with the doctor. So anyway, carrots are really and truly one of her favorite vegetables. And this is one of her favorite dishes when it comes to carrots. And it is a good little side dish. I don't fix it enough. I should fix it more often. So maybe this will get me back in the swing of it. Okay. Now, what we're going to use to prepare this in is the good old cast iron skillet. Okay, again, this came from Demarius Phillips. She's a Kentucky girl. I'm sure she has her own selection of cast iron skillets. And can you really be a Kentucky cook without one? I don't think so. So I'm going to put 1/4 cup of coconut oil. I've already got it in there. Now coconut oil is going to melt very, very quickly. So, you know, don't put it in there before you're ready. Okay, so this is just going to make, you know, a few servings. If you wanted to do more, you would really need a larger. Honey, you're moving that camera awful quick. Don't make these people dizzy, okay? But this is going to make, you know, just 2 or 3 servings. If you wanted to do more than that, you would need a huge cast iron skillet. Now, I did try this recipe one time. I was making it for a larger group of people, and I tried it in my electric skillet. It was okay, but you get a blackening from that cast iron that you're not going to get in any other kind of skillet. In fact, the recipe says to leave those carrots in there until some people would even call them burnt, but they're not. Okay, so Kevin, you can come around here again. Don't make people dizzy. You can see I've got the coconut oil melting. Now coconut oil, like I said, it melts really quick. So, and it gets hot really quick, so it's not going to take long. Looks like a big chunk of Crisco, but I promise you it's coconut oil. that coconut oil adds a really good flavor to these carrots too. So, almost melted. Okay. Now when I first put these in there, I'm not going to put anything in them, okay? I'm just going to lay the carrots in. And I'm going to try to lay them the cut side down, okay, for as many as I can. So here's the edge of the peeled carrot. I'm going to try to lay them cut side down. Okay. And I am arranging them. I know that seems silly, but I want them to get that good charred look on them. And if I just dump them in there, for some reason they don't char as well on the edge, on the outside of the carrot. They do better on the inside. I'm not sure why that is, but it's true. I don't want my heat to be real high. I'm just going to turn it about medium. These cook in like 6 to 7 minutes. So, you know, if you're needing a side dish really quick, these will work. I'm going to put that in. Some of those are just going to have to kind of lay in there. Okay, so I'm just going to leave them for a few minutes while we talk cookbooks. Okay, got 2 cookbooks to share with you today. One is Diabetes Cooking for Everyone. You can see I've got some recipes flagged in here. And I like it that it says for everyone because, and it bothers me sometimes when someone says, ooh, that's a diabetic recipe. There's no such thing as a diabetic recipe because food is food, right? Certain recipes are tailored more for a diabetic and their needs, but this cookbook does a really good job of not just limiting diabetics to just vegetables, okay? It includes good lean meats, good vegetables, and ways of preparing them that are a little bit exciting and maybe different so that no one in the family is going to be bored. So if you've got a diabetic, they're going to be okay, all right? So there's 250 recipes in here, so I think you'll find something in there that you like. Now, this one, if you've never read a freezer meal type cookbook, this would be one I would pick up, okay? It's not your mother's make ahead and freeze cookbook. And I may have shared this one once before, and if I did, I apologize. But this is an awesome cookbook. There's no pictures, and you know how I feel about pictures. I really love those. But this cookbook takes you everything from lunch, dinner, supper, whatever, 3 different meals a day. It breaks down shopping list, it breaks down time to fix the meals. So if you're wanting to have a weekend marathon of doing freezer prep, you can kind of gauge that of, well, this is going to take this long to prepare and this long to prepare. Really awesome. Lots of instructions on the proper way to freeze, the proper way to thaw so that you won't, you know, cause someone to get sick and things like that. Awesome cookbook. I hope you'll try it. Okay, there's my plug. And if you've not checked out the website for the library, you need to do that. Okay, come over and take a look at these. As tempting as it is, I'm not going to touch them very much. Just a few of these that were not down into the skillet. I'm going to kind of move them now to where that they will be. And I can already tell that they're getting tender. When these are done, it looks like something that you would have in a fancy restaurant. So, you know, if you're wanting to impress one of your dinner guests or something like that, this would be a nice little side to do. It's an inexpensive side as well because, you know, carrots are, in compared to some other vegetables, carrots are cheap. You can buy a bag of carrots for less than $2, so that's a good deal. Now, what are we going to put in them? Well, this is going to shock you. Here in just a couple of minutes, when those are just a little bit more tender and starting to get black, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of honey. Now this honey that I'm using is infused with vanilla. It's a vanilla bean. I love the flavor of it, but any kind of honey you have will work. You know, if you're lucky enough to have some locally grown honey, use it. But this is just going to add that little bit of extra flavor as well. We're going to put in 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. That's going to give them a little bit of a kick, but it's not too much that you won't be able to eat them. Okay? We're going to put 1/4 cup of water just to help make that sauce, make it get coated all around, and then just a little bit of salt and pepper. If you have freshly ground pepper, I would suggest it. I don't tonight, so we're just going to use regular pepper, but that'll be okay. Okay, now these are starting to get very tender. I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit because I want them to blacken. It's a waiting game with these, okay? It really is. Okay, so I'm going to let Kevin quit videoing for just a second. We'll come back when they're good and black. Okay, guys, the magic's getting ready to happen. So if you look at these, you might go, oh my gosh, those are about to be burnt. No, they're not. Trust me, they're going to be good. So there's our cayenne we're putting in. And again, I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of honey. There's 1. It's going to get a little smoky. It's okay. And there's 2. And 1/4 cup of water. Here comes the steam. Woo! Look at that. And we just want that to get coated on those carrots real good. Oh, they're good. I'm going to put just a little bit of salt. Making a mess on the stove here. A little bit of pepper. They have done their due. Now watch this. Oh yeah. Trust me, people. You're going to feel like you're dining at a fancy restaurant. Sure as the world. Okay. And slide that off the burner. Alright. Now, just for a little bit of garnish, if you have fresh parsley, put you a little bit on there. I didn't have any fresh tonight, so I am going to put a little bit of dried parsley, but that's okay. It's still going to work out really good. Alright. What do you think? Think you could eat that, folks? I bet you would. I bet you'd like it. Alright. If you've not tried carrots in a while, get your carrots out of the refrigerator and do something with them. You'll love them and be healthy for you. Alright. We'll see you next time, everybody.